wearing Who Shot JR tank tops down there. I didn't tell them who did it. They get cable next year, you know. There'll be wires everywhere. Yeah, they're actually nice people down there. Last time I was there, though, before this past week, I was down there that had a tornado. Y'all get very many tornadoes in Michigan? No, you don't want to be part of that. I was sitting at a Cracker Barrel restaurant during the Twister. Can you pick a more unsafe place to hide? You ever check out the walls inside that restaurant? They got hose, pitchforks, antlers. It's like a hillbilly matrix. Like, I was slipping on cherry cobbler for a half an hour trying to get out. But I love going there, man. Those little golf tees are flicking me in the eyeballs. I can't go there as much as I like to go because I got high cholesterol. How many people got the high cholesterol out there? Be proud. Where you at? Only one person been to the doctor in the past 10 years. How you doing there, sir? You know what your cholesterol level number is? 215? You're almost okay. 200 is where you want to be. I got 299 right now. I know. It's the highest in my county, so I get to go to regionals next weekend. Yeah. Got to go up against a gravy sucker from Memphis, so we'll see. He's all state 3 years running. So you take medicine now? No. Well, 215, you're okay, you know, but I take this little pill called Lipitor, and it really ain't that bad. I just wrap it up in a piece of bacon, swallow it whole every morning. Yeah, sometimes I melt cheese on it and slide a toothpick through it. I call that pill in a blanket. That's my invention right there. But that's pretty good. 215, you could probably get it to 200 if you diet and exercise. That's what my doctor wants me to do next, diet and exercise. You ever diet or exercise?
Try not to do either.
Yeah, me neither. Exercise, that makes you tired and sweaty. Who needs to do that, you know? You got to go back home and take a nap and a shower. That's a waste of a whole day. I can lay in my hammock and fall in the creek and do the same two things, right? I mean, I didn't want to get on a diet. I honestly never been on one in my life, so I got on the Atkins diet because everybody else did. I liked it. All you do is drink whiskey and smoke cigarettes all day long. Yeah, that was a Chet Atkins diet that I got on. That's a good one. Kick it back with a waffle, you know. Yeah, why would you get on the Atkins diet? I mean, I know you can eat steak and bacon, but they take away your Krispy Kreme donuts. Y'all like Krispy Kreme donuts? Oh, man, they put cocaine on top of them donuts, don't they? I know they do. Cracky creams, that's what they ought to call them. I start shaking if I don't have one by noon, you know. I try to give it up, no way. I'd rather play Duck, Duck, Goose with Captain Hook and give up my cracky cream donut. You know? I play leapfrog with a unicorn for a half an hour. I'm a pretty good jumper, you know. It's one of my skills. Yeah, so I got to watch what I eat, and I don't know, I got a baby in the house now, so I quit smoking cigarettes. I got a 4-month-old baby boy. How many parents we got out there by a round of applause? There you go. Well, do a double shot while you're out of the house. Go ahead for it. Man, 4 months old, boy. I've been changing diapers. I can't even look at pudding on a buffet anymore. I'm telling you right now. I was like, oh. How they make so many different colors if they're only drinking milk? That's what I want to know. If I was Sherwin-Williams, I'd be looking into that right now. Ask Hal, ask now. I didn't think I was going to have to change any diapers because my wife's friend called and left a message on our machine, said she got us a diaper genie. You ladies know what a diaper genie is? Yeah, guys, I thought some hot lady is going to hop out of a jar and wipe an ass and hop right back in the bottle. It's an $18 bucket. What the hell is that good for? It saves 150 diapers up in one bag, all tight there, so when the guy takes it outside, it pass out on the way outside. I mean, I saw a skunk faint when I took that thing out. Like, dang. Man. But I got a power washer for Christmas. So I'm going to break out here in the spring and wash them down with that, you know. About 98 PSI. Psh, rotate. Protect your little parts. Psh, all right. Rock on. But I love having a baby in the house, man. It's a lot better. You know, I was an uncle forever. You know, I had nieces and nephews. Basically, I was a drunk uncle in my family. We got any drunk uncles out there in this bunch tonight? That's not a bad job, you know. But you always have to be better than the uncle you grew up with, you know. And I couldn't top my uncle, Uncle Chuck, 89 years old. 50% Irish, 50% Italian. Yeah, pale and pasty white and very hairy at the same time. Looks like a marshmallow's been kicked around on the barbershop floor, you know. Getting that picture, ladies? Yeah. Yeah, if you're not laughing, you're sitting next to that guy right now. That's my uncle to a T, man. He's kind of tore up from the floor up. You know that kind of guy? Kind of beat up from the feet up a little bit. He's 89, got a glass eye, a toupee, and false teeth, all three. Yeah, that ain't an uncle. That's Mr. Potato Head going on right there. He can't hit a speed bump without something flying on out. You're riding shotgun, you're playing catch. We had to sell this convertible last year. We were tired of pulling over and looking in the weeds all day. People need to mow, you know. Yeah, he had the same glass eye for 33 years. You ever seen a glass eye? Yeah, 33 years. Getting kind of mossy on the north side there, you know what I'm saying? So we got him a new one for Christmas. Well, not a new one. We got it on eBay. Got him a Magic 8-ball glass eye. You ever seen that on there? It rocks. Sometimes he shakes his head no, but he says, try again. Ask again later. But he's fun to have in a family. Hey, you got to have freaks in your family the way I look at it. Y'all got freaks in your family? Just half of the room? Well, if you ain't got any, it's probably you. I'll tell you that much right now. I don't think God passed on anybody's family when they handed out the freaks, did he? I got enough to share if you ain't got any, I'll tell you that. But if you ain't got it, then you might be the guy screwing things up, you know? Like, I like having my uncle there because I just watch him be the guy, you know? Christmas, he got me a pair of microwave slippers. You ever heard of these? Y'all could use them up here, by the way. You heat them up in the microwave for 30 seconds before you put them on your feet. That's good for you and too bad for the next guy to use that microwave oven right there. That's some nasty nachos going on. Well, that wasn't nearly too bad. Now, Thanksgiving last year was a breakthrough for him. We asked him if he could bring the turkey for once in his life, and sure enough, he brought 3 bottles of wild turkey. Yeah. No leftovers last year. We're doing shots at the kiddie table watching SpongeBob SquarePants all afternoon. That's educational TV where I live. Yeah, I tell you what. By the way, I live in Nashville. How many folks have ever been to Nashville, Tennessee by a round of applause? Anybody? Yeah. I grew up in Kentucky, but then I broke a tooth and bought a truck and moved further south. You know, got to follow the rules. But Nashville's cool. My favorite country musician is Alan Jackson. Any Alan Jackson fans out there? Good. I knew I liked you people. He's creative. He gets to make up his own words in his songs when he needs to rhyme something. My favorite one ever he did, he goes, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than... How hot is a hoochie coochie? That's what I want to know. If that's a real word, the Weather Channel ought to use it every afternoon. Like you think it was hot today, tomorrow it's hotter than a daggone hoochie coochie. All right, let's go. Let's take a look at the hoochie coochie heat index over here. We're going to do-si-do to double Doppler. All right. Hey, Saturday up in Sault Ste. Marie, it's colder than a well digger's ass. How about that? Check it out. Back to you, Jim. And my wife, she likes Billy Ray Cyrus. You ever hear that dude? He had a CD called It Won't Be the Last, and it was. Well, there you go. He's not very good at telling the future at all. You know? Yeah, I grew up on rock and roll. We got rock and roll people out there? I know we do in Michigan. Yes, we do. First band I ever saw in concert was Kiss when I was in 4th grade. Yeah, I know it. I'm an old guy. I saw them last summer, and they need that makeup this time around. I'll tell you that. Woo. That's a wagon load of ugly on tour right there. Whole concert sponsored by Mary Kay just to help them out. 4 hairy guys in a pink tour bus. They used to spit blood on people. How nasty was that? Now they're old, they got them Depends. I ain't sitting in the front row anymore. Put your lighter away, that's natural gas. You're gonna blow us up. Come on, think. But they got a lot weirder guys in music today, don't they? I saw a video for this dude named Marilyn Manson. You ever seen that dude? You take a long look at him, you're like, well, when did Howard Stern and Gene Hackman have a baby? He is not one of the beautiful people, I tell you that. But you know what gets me about Marilyn Manson? He has next door neighbors like everybody else. Could you imagine moving in next door to Marilyn Manson? You wouldn't know. You just wonder why he got such a good deal on your house all of a sudden. Be walking down your driveway. Hey, have you seen my dog? I ate him. Blah. See you at my garage sale. That dude's a freak. No, he's a pot smoker. You reckon that dude's a pot smoker? He's got, his eyebrows have fire. He tattooed fire on his eyebrows. That's kind of freaky right there. I never did the marijuana myself. Do I look like I know anything about drugs? Uh-huh. You think I do, man? You didn't hesitate whatsoever. You boom, right on the buzzer, weren't you? Look like I know about side effects is what you meant to say. I know what people think. Somebody last show I did said you look like that little turtle in the back of them magazines you used to have to draw to get into the Art Institute of America. Remember that little... little tippy. So I got that going for me. Yeah, I don't know. I never did pot. Now, one time I got in trouble for marijuana, but I wasn't smoking it. I was in 8th grade science class. We had an assignment for a leaf collection, right? Yeah. I figured Dad's growing it, whip it on in there. I didn't know. I'm trying to find out why he's watering the attic instead of the front yard all of a sudden. I came home from school. I was looking for the hose for my slip and slide originally, but it was upstairs in the attic. So I go up there. He's got all these plants and lights and fans. I'm like, these must be some important trees he's hiding up here. Grabbed a big leaf and put it in my collection. Yeah. Spent 3 weeks trying to look it up in the tree book. It wasn't in there, so I asked my teacher what it was. I figured I'm going to get extra credit. It's not in the tree book, you know. She's like, young man, that is pot, it's marijuana, it's cannabis, it's Mary Jane, it's sweet leaf, it's wacky tobacco. I'm like, well, just pick one. I didn't leave that much room down here to label that pot, marijuana. She's like, it's illegal? I said, I didn't know. What are you going to do? Flunk me? She goes, nope, I'm going to take this whole thing outside and I'm going to burn it right in front of your face. Yeah. Half hour later, we're both in the cafeteria looking for Rice Krispie treats. I'm not a pothead, I'm just a leaf collector, right? I'm all paranoid at recess. Those squirrels are looking at us like we're nuts. You ever try to outrun a squirrel when you got cotton mouth? Forget it. That's a long walk in the park. Well, have fun out there. Drink up tonight. You drinking up pretty good? You got a pitcher there? Is that what you guys? What kind of beer you got on tap here? That's the way to do it right there. I like drinking pitchers, and I don't mind a glass of wine and maybe a shot, but I don't like when they mix stuff around. They got one drink now called a Jaeger Bomb. You ever hear about a Jaeger Bomb? Jägermeister and Red Bull mixed together. So you can be drunk, ticked off, and wide awake at 4:30 in the morning. Who's that? I drink to pass out, not to do chores. You know, come on. I mean, that's like taking your taxes to happy hour. Come on, it ruins the fun. I don't drink too much anymore because I got in big trouble last time I drank. Whew. Y'all ever been so drunk you pulled a cop over? Anybody else out there? Just me? They ain't got time for that foolishness at all. That is a paperwork nightmare, I'm telling you what. Hey, it could happen to you guys. You ever drive across Indiana? Applaud if you've ever driven across Indiana. Yeah. Man. First off, bless your heart for not shooting yourself in the face after that scenic afternoon. Could they plant a tree on the side of their interstates or something? You don't even know if you're moving because you haven't passed anything in 3.5 hours. Like, hey, a cow. Rock on, cow. All right. Indiana's so flat, I found out the hard way. The highway patrol drives Mustangs, Trans Ams, and Camaros so they can sneak up on you. I didn't know. I'm in the right lane doing the right speed. Guy goes whipping by me, 90 miles an hour in a Trans Am. I'm like, woo, I ought to get right behind that guy for a little while. I figure he's got a radar detector in there somewhere. He had a radar, and I didn't detect it, apparently. So I'm trying to keep up with him. I've got a 3-cylinder Chevy pickup truck, right? I got a donut on the left front tire. I got a big camper top on the back. It's a woman getter is what I'm trying to say. You know, not the kind of woman you want to get, but she climb on in there. But I'm going fast. I'm doing pretty good. I get close to him, and he started slowing down and speeding up and switching lanes. He's swerving. I'm like, well, that guy is obviously drunk. I ought to pull him over right now. Apparently, he was trying to get behind me to pull me over the whole time. But I don't know because he's unmarked. And I think that should be illegal. Do y'all think that should be illegal? Yeah. Taxpayers are paying for those guys to drive around in Trans Ams. Taxpayers should get to pick what they have to drive around in. Big Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles hauling down the interstate. That's what I think. Hey, it'd work good. You see it 5 miles away and slow the hell down. You know? Unless you've been out drinking. And you're like, hey, horn dog, hook me up, brother. They just throw on the handcuffs and you go for the mustard, right? But see, I didn't know, so I'm trying to pull the guy over. I never even thought about pulling somebody over. You ever think about pulling somebody? No. Usually got a little guy in the back of your head tells you not to do those stupid things. My little guy passed out long time ago. I'm trying to flag him down. I'm flipping the high beams at him for a little while. Roll down my window. I must have swallowed 13 skeeters before he got over on the gravel. Indiana has the biggest skeeters in the Continental 48, I tell you. They could have stood on their tippy toes and French kissed a chicken. Big old skeeters. You get them here too, the ones that hit your windshield and blow up, look like they've been eating mashed potatoes and gravy all day long. Had some Sudafed in there for some reason, you know. But the guy pulls over. Am I sour and he pulls over? I figure I better hop out and arrest him before he scurries on out of here. Yeah. Hop out of my truck and slam the door. Walk up to his window. I just start pounding on his window. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's been loading his revolver on the other side. He cracks the window and I see he's an officer. I got zero game plan all of a sudden. But I figured go ahead and arrest him before he starts arresting me. Because once you've been arrested, you can't arrest nobody else, can you? I never seen it. But I don't know how to execute that plan. All I know is from watching Mayberry my whole life. Like Barney Fife, how you? I just walked up there. Hey! Would you mind rolling down the window? Yeah. Roll her down. You want to get out of the vehicle there, buddy? Wow, you're a big fella too, aren't you? Look at you. Yeah, it's hotter than a hoochie coochie out here tonight, ain't it? Yeah, you know why I pulled you over? Little guy in my head passed out. I thought I was going to go to prison right there. He's like, you're so weird, I'll just drop you off wherever you want to go. Like, how about a Waffle House? You know, something like that. I'm in that police car. There ain't nothing funny in there. Whew. He's asking me all kinds of questions and making me nervous. And I get nervous. I get hiccups. I'm coughing up skeeters all over his dashboard and left and right. He's like, what are you doing in Indiana with Tennessee license plates? I clocked you doing 93 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, that is good in a 3-cylinder Chevy pickup truck, right? That's the best I ever did. And he wrote it down on a piece of paper. That's going to help me with my trade-in value right there, ain't it? Then he says, where did you consume your last beverage this evening? And I didn't want to say, in the pickup truck, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm many things, but I'm not an idiot. You know, he was looking pretty thirsty, you know. So I told him I was working at the comedy club there in town, but I was headed back to Nashville. He goes, what do you mean working? I said, well, I was telling jokes. I was a comedian. He's like, you're a comedian? I'm like, yes, sir. And it got quiet. I mean, you could have heard a mouse peeing on cotton for 20 or 30 seconds while he's figuring it. But he's like, he's nice. He's like, well, that's kind of a different job. Hey, have you ever been on HBO or Showtime? And I don't know what to say. I'm like, nah. You ever been on Cops? Ah! Hey, you ought to. You're real good. I think that's going to be on again next 4th of July if you want to see me on Cops. When ignorance attacks. I just got a little bit of time with you now. Let's play a quick song or two on the guitar. Is that all right, y'all? Little music action. I may have to re-originate where I'm standing to make this chord fit. How about another round of applause, by the way, for Rossi's for having comedy not only once, 2, 3 times a week. All right, thank you very much. Big round of applause for the sound man. Went to DeVry University for 18 years so he could do this. That's pretty exciting. He was a place kicker on the football team, but he did good there. All right, got time for one little... Right. How many guys out there are sitting next to a beautiful woman? Give her a big hand right now and let her know you appreciate her. That's the smart guys clapping right there, ain't it, ladies? If you don't make some noise now, you're going to hear some on the way out of here. Basically, if you don't give her a hand, you got to give yourself one, I guess. Well, I'm going to dedicate this song to a very special woman in my life. I know y'all got special people in your life, too, but I don't know what I'd do without this lady. I mean, shoo, she means so much to me. She had just moved in across the street from me and my wife 2 weeks ago. If you could see me now, you'd probably pull your shades back down. Thank you very much. That's my favorite song of the night. They're all kind of short, just in case you're wondering. Yeah, I like a lot of music. I like country songs. Country music fans, again, where y'all at? I know we got a few in here. I like the upbeat country songs, and right now they seem to be slowing them down a lot. So here's one I'm working on right here. I'm gonna go to Walmart and blow my paycheck, 'cause I'm a hard-working redneck and I'm out with my trailer tonight. Gonna slip off my flip-flops, pull on some boots, iron my tank top and brush my tooth, 'cause I'm out of my trailer tonight. Gonna go downtown and do a line dance with a big can of Skoal in the back of my pants, 'cause I'm out with my trailer tonight. And if things are going well around 11 o'clock, you probably see me buck naked on an episode of Cops. I'm out my trailer. There's a little country song. know that song, but there's no funny words to it, but I like playing that. I mean, I grew up on Leonard Skinner, and actually, I kind of grew up in a weird time. I'm 37, so my graduating year of high school was 86. That meant it was Leonard Skinner and Poison. Remember Poison? They used to come out like... They got tired after 2 chords, you know. Should have called themselves Asthma or something more deadly, you know. And that was the end of rock and roll for a long time, but then it came back with like Pearl Jam in the early 90s. Got any Pearl Jam fans out there? Anybody? It's my favorite Pearl Jam song. What is that guy saying? Come on, Eddie. Even Jeremy spoke in class one time. Spit it out. Yeah, but you know, you gotta have fun, you know, and I gotta get out here in just a second, but hey, we're the people that don't like country music, by the way. I want to help you all out. Anybody who doesn't really care for it, doesn't understand it, or understand why it's popular, or... That's the same people that clapped a while ago that liked it. That's right. Some people actually have said to me, I can't even tell a good country song from a bad one, and that's kind of sad, because it's really easy. Every good country song ever written is gonna have one of these things somewhere. Ever hear one of those? That's how you know it's a good one. Right? That's how I know. You don't hear that in any other music. You never crank up heavy metal. You can't sacrifice a goat to that. Come on. Ladies, you ever been out dancing? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I can't believe I keep drinking that girl's milkshake. That is wrong. Oh, they're $4 a piece. They ought to get a Mr. Misty and step off. That's all I'm saying. And I did a little research. I think y'all probably know who started that in country songs. We had a couple songs before the show started by this guy. You know who started that in country music? Exactly, Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash, we were talking about, he's so good, I bet he made it up, didn't even realize it. Somebody had to point it out. He's just hanging out one day going, man, these songs are all right. I believe I need a... Maybe he had a burrito and got gas and wrote Burning Ring of Fire. And it burns, 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 that burning ring of fire. That's why he always wore a jacket, in case he had an accident back there. That's really not very polite to say that, is it? Yeah, a friend of mine got mad about that, Joe. He goes, you got to figure out another reason, because that's just wrong. I'm like, well, how do you think it started, that little sound? He goes, well, sometimes those country singers got on tight breeches and big old belt buckles. I bet they're getting wedgies right in the back, right in the middle of the song. I'm like, that couldn't happen, but sure enough, 2 weeks later, I'm singing... Don't just stand there, grab a pull stick. You don't want your BBDs and your Wranglers in a fist fight back there. Got to get a 21-inch cue and keep them separated. Y'all are a great group tonight. You're going to enjoy the rest of the show. I know that for sure. Hey, if you enjoy what I do at all and you want a little bit more souvenir, I got a brand new CD out called Fishing with Dynamite. It's got a bunch of good stuff on there. You're going to stand there, you're going to fish. And I got a fun T-shirt. You can wear this one anywhere. It says, I'm not a pothead, I'm a leaf collector on that T-shirt. You know, let your kids wear it to school, and they come home and you spend an extra 4 days at home with them if you need to see your kids. You can wear that to work on Thursday, get Friday off, no questions asked. Hey, y'all been a whole lot of fun. My name's Rick Roberts. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Keep it going for Rick Roberts. You know, I remembered his name. It's been about 2 years since he was here, but I got that T-shirt. One day I wore it to the bank, and everybody was looking at me funny as hell. But anyway, put it together again for Rick Roberts. Great job.
February 23rd through April 13th, we're having a karaoke contest here And there's rules and regulations. You can check that out up here at the bar, or you can go to our website and see the rules there too. And we're going to be giving away some cash prizes, a $250 cash prize for the karaoke contest. So if you're into that, come on out and check it out. Also, remember, we have comedy here 3 nights a week. We have it Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and all 3 nights are different comedians. So come on out and enjoy it. And then Wednesday night after the comedy show, it's followed by karaoke. And then on Friday and Saturday, the comedy show is followed by live bands. So come out and enjoy our shows. Also on Thursday night, we have karaoke too, by the way. Between the 2 comedians, we do a toast here to our men and women from the armed forces, so please make sure you have a drink in front of you when we do our toast. That we can roll right into it. Let's have some fun. He's been on NBC, at BET, and Comedy Central. Please welcome to stage, it's Robert Hines. Oh, didn't have one, sorry. Grab your table.
What's happening? I think that now with the terror issue that we have in our country, and because we have serious concerns and our country is at war, I think we should have more ghetto flight attendants. I think my little sister should be a flight attendant, because she will fight for you. Now she gonna ask you to hold her hair, because she'll wig up for nobody. But the whole little cutesy tootsie pre-flight announcements is gonna be a whole lot different. You know where you going? You know what flight number this is? If y'all start smoking, I smoke just like y'all do. You know you can't smoke on the plane, so if you mess with the smoke detectors, I will get that ass. If you see that little light come on, say put on your seatbelt, you better put the damn thing on, because I will get that ass. If you're a terrorist and you think you're gonna hijack something, I will get that ass. Now, if you're an NBA basketball player or a record producer or something, you will get this ass. It's my little sister, Jack. I used to have a day job. I used to be a correctional officer. I worked in a jail for 10 years, just less than 10 years. I hated my job. And it wasn't the inmates that made the job hard. It was the punk-ass supervisors and some of my fellow employees that were really trying their best to become punk-ass supervisors, right? And I was working there, man, and some of these supervisors would come in and tell me to do dumb. Now keep in mind, more times than not, when the supervisor came to tell me to do something, I probably trained him and taught him how to work in a jail. And he never really had inmate contact. He's never really been hit in the face, never been in a riot, and you're gonna tell me how to run my little area. And you're trying to tell me how to run this area by the book. Problem is, the book ain't really never had its ass whooped. So you come in here with your dumbass ideas and you about to get your ass kicked. And this guy tells me, like, you had 2 shirts. You had like a shirt that you would wear outside, and then you had a t-shirt. So this guy's like, tell that inmate he needs to put on his additional shirt. I'm like, you stupid. I'm not finna go him. He got 180 years. You go over there and tell him to put on a shirt. I will, officer. I'm not afraid. Hey, you, fella. Put on a... Oh, Jesus. Somebody, help. And I'm looking at him like, now, I'm gonna save you. But it wasn't really important that he put on that shirt. Or is the blood that you're losing right now more important, you know? You need some help. And then there was the other thing that was tickling me, man, is like my fellow employees. Some of these cats were just crazy in love, just too happy to be working at a jail. They had all type of extra shit on their belt. You know, I didn't have that I was supposed to have on my belt because I had gained a lot of weight over the years. And I still hadn't bought any new uniforms. So my uniform was tight and filthy. I had all type of food across the front of it. You could dip my uniform in warm water and make soup. It was so filthy. And it was tight as hell, and my meat would ooze out between the buttonholes. It was so tight it looked like scuba gear. That's how tight the uniform was. And I didn't have none of the extra. If I got into a fight or an altercation and I needed handcuffs, I had to borrow some handcuffs. Because my handcuffs were at home where I used them the most. Beside the fact that because I'm fat, let me explain something to you about most fat people that people don't really understand if you're not fat. Well, maybe not most, but me in particular. My middle of me is a hell of a lot bigger than my rest of me. So if I walk around with a whole lot of shit in my belt, my pants are gonna slowly but surely slide down, and I'm gonna start showing butt cleavage. Now, the last thing you want to do to a guy that got 180 years is show him some butt cleavage. You understand what I'm talking about? So I didn't have all that extra shit. And I hated the job, man. When I first started there, they tried to get rid of me. They had these classes they give you on how to be the police. And one of the classes is on sexual harassment, given by a lady with the biggest boobies I ever seen in my life. I was like, oh my God. Look at the happy pillows on this woman. And I thought I was thinking it to myself. But apparently I spoke aloud. My first week on the job, they suspended my black ass for sexually harassing the sexual harassment teacher. I'm like, you know what? I hate you. Now, I pride myself on being drug and alcohol free. Then I went to Amsterdam. I had no idea what went on in Amsterdam. I went into a club, it was just like this. Excuse me. And they were selling weed like they sell beer here. So my friends had been there before, so they was like, okay, Rob, we're gonna buy some weed and we're gonna smoke it. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna smoke with y'all. He was like, Rob, you might not want to smoke this weed. When's the last time you smoked weed? I said, 1986. I'm from the south side of Chicago. Roll it up. It ain't nothing. So they rolled it up and they handed the joint to me. And I couldn't get any smoke out the cigarette paper at first, right? So he takes the lit end of the cigarette, put it in his mouth, then blew the shit in my face. Now, when I woke up, I saw a 6'5" brown bunny rabbit explaining to me why I shouldn't have smoked this weed. If ever and anybody in this room in your lifetime you get to talk to a 6'5" brown bunny rabbit, you need to listen to him, because he's telling you some very important. I was so high, my thoughts were pregnant with little baby thoughts. I couldn't stop thinking and I couldn't stop telling people about it. I'm calling people up, telling them my problem. They're like, oh God, I'm so high and I'm fat. And these people did not speak English. They're like, flee, flu, flee, floof. Now, once you're high, what's the first thing you want to do after you get high? So you see where the potheads are in the crowd tonight. We get in a car, drive back to Germany to go to McDonald's. Exactly. Now, I'm in this car. Now, I don't know how many of y'all actually have been high or you actually been described or told how it is. What marijuana does is it slows everything down. And we are riding on the Autobahn. And a kilometer is shorter than a mile, okay? So we sitting there and I'm riding along and I look over at the speedometer and I'm high. And I happen to notice that we are going 280. I'm like, bitch, slow down. We're about to take flight. He's like, you are a dumbass. And you're high. So we get into the McDonald's, right? So I'm looking at the menu board. And another side effect of marijuana, because you're doing all this thinking, you're starting to get paranoid. I'm like, oh my God. Is my nose falling off right now? It seems to be here. I'm not quite certain. And I don't know. They don't have quarter pounders with cheese. I know you've heard that before. They got Royale with cheese. But they have 6 of them. So I'm high. And I'm trying to figure out which one of these is the regular old American sandwich. I just want a damn quarter pounder. And I'm taking too long to order this sandwich. And these people are going to know that I'm high. I'm glad you enjoyed that joke. Because I got to find a better ending for that. That sort of ended in a flop. But y'all kind of stingy tonight with the giggles a little bit, you know. I know it's not as many people as it should be in here in your estimation. But you should be the little crowd that could. I love this country. I truly do. I've been to a few other countries, and I've learned that this country is the best thing going on the face of the earth. Thank you. And the country thanks you. What I love most about our country, having been other places, is how diverse we are. And how you can watch different people put their own personal spin on the same thing. It's okay, got a little indigestion or something, huh? Yeah. Right. I like to see that, man. I like to see how diverse we are. And I like to see, right, sharing is caring. I like to see people sing our national anthem. Because different people do it differently. When white people sing the national anthem, they sing the song exactly how it was written. Because they want you to feel the emotion of the song, right? And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. I seen Eddie and Gerald Levert singing the national anthem. Now, the national anthem is not the type of song where you need a background singer. It's pretty much a solo. But the song up. And no rockets, red glare, granddaddy. The bombs bursting in there. Ooh, listen to them pop. The late, great Luther Vandross remixed the national anthem. He was like, for the land of the free, said it was the free, should have been the free, ought to have been the free, play my lottery, 773, please don't try to leave. And there was a little old guy up front. He was like, whoa, glory. My name is Robert Hines. Thank you so much for coming out. Good night.
You know what, I got one dream in life. It's a fantasy. I want to share it with you right now. I wish Jared from Subway would get fat again. Who's with me by applause on this? Can we come together on this one? Aren't you tired of this guy and his docker wearing ass every time you turn on the TV? Hey, look at me, I lost all that weight. Hey, congratulations, Jared. Here's a mirror, because you need to take a look, because you're still a dork. Dude, you're never getting laid, so why don't you order a Whopper? That's what I suggest. Because you know what? Jared seems like a good fella. And you know what? The Subway can be delicious occasionally, but not every meal. That's what the Subway diet is, if you don't know. For breakfast, you get nothing. Lunch, 6-inch turkey sub. Dinner, 12-inch veggie sub. Is that living life with passion? I don't think so. But I don't think you should be the opposite extreme, like that 500-pound jackass who sued Wendy's last year because they made him a little plump. I can imagine this moron at the counter. Yeah, take a shake. Yeah, take some fries. How about taking some personal responsibility while you're at it, huh? You know what? Because a lot of Americans cannot take personal responsibility, and I'm not talking about this group here tonight. Nope. No, I'm telling you, I know you take personal responsibility because most of you have to work tomorrow, but I see alcoholics throughout this room. Exactly, but you're not suing Budweiser or Miller, are you? No, you got a drinking problem. And Budweiser and Miller help you alleviate that problem. Congratulations. That is personal responsibility. Best fast food story of all time 3 years ago happened in Detroit, Michigan. A kid working in a McDonald's there was putting pot in the customers' cheeseburgers. Yeah, there's some of you here tonight. What's the problem with that? That's genius. That's not how McDonald's looked at it. They fired that kid. They sued that kid. How stupid can you be, McDonald's? Pot in the cheeseburger is the ultimate happy meal. That's what that is. Amen. I'm there for the hash browns alone. Who we kidding? And where does McDonald's corporate office get off being all high and mighty? Because I believe they're high. They created those characters. The Hamburglar. Oh yeah, excuse me, I've done a bong hit and thought I was the Hamburglar. And don't even get me started on Grimace, the purple shake-eating monster. Okay, here's a tip from Scott. You got a purple shaky monster on your trail? You are tripping balls. That's what you're doing. You're whacked out of your gourd, dude. How about corporate America take a little personal responsibility too? Your Enrons, your WorldComs, your Global Crossings, steal from the workers, steal from the shareholders, and they steal from our asses because we have to bankroll them when they go bankrupt. Yeah, that's how it works. I'm thinking, you know what? How about a little personal responsibility on their part? For example, I read in Newsweek over the last 10 years, if the minimum wage would have went up at the same rate the CEO pay went up, the minimum wage would be $25 an hour. Could you imagine how great your Burger King experience would be? If everyone there made $25 an hour. You go up the counter, you're like, yeah, can I get a Whopper? Well, hell yeah, you can get a Whopper. I make $95,000 a year. My favorite singer was Kurt Cobain, committed suicide. He was 27 years old. I read in People magazine, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, all died when they were 27 years old. And my point is this year, the year 2006, Clay Aiken will be 27 years old. All right, now rejoice. Seems like we got a couple Clay maniacs here tonight. Well, let me find out. I don't even have to find out. It was already discovered for me. Now, I heard that many of you don't like your job here tonight. There were a few. I think a lot of people hate your job. You don't quit it, right? Because of job interviews. You're never yourself at a job interview. You're lying, you're kissing ass. That's what you do at a job interview. And God forbid you get the job after you've been lying the whole time. You have to remember all the lies you just got done telling. You're like, damn it, I told him not to show up on time. Stupid, stupid, stupid. See, but I got a lot of free time in the day. I go on job interviews for jobs I don't want. Yeah, then you can be yourself, mess with the interviewer the whole time you're there. Typical job interview, they're like, well, Scott, why don't you come on in, tell me about yourself. And I throw them because I bring a beer to the job interview. Yeah, I just start tilting them back. I'm like, yo, dude, I got a degree. I majored in quarters. That was my degree in college. And I like to sell my plasma for beer money. Yeah. Because you catch a better buzz that way and they give you free cookies at the end. Then comes that first big question of the shoot. What are your strengths and your weaknesses? You're supposed to lie about a weakness. You're supposed to say something like, well, I like to work too hard. Yeah. That's such a lie. See, I'm honest. I'm like, dude, I really don't have any strengths that I can think of. Oh, wait a minute. Here's one. I'm really good at taking credit for other people's work. And I love to steal office supplies. So, though, damn it, I wish I wouldn't have got fired at Staples. That was the best job for that. They have the Bob and Tom show on around here? Yeah, okay. Well, I've kind of done some of this bit on there. You might have heard it, some people that listen. We're going to do I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do audience participation. Anyone here tonight, you can throw it out, any job interview question you guys have ever been asked. A normal one, a weird one. I'm going to show you how I would answer it at a job interview. Go ahead. Anyone here tonight, job interview questions? Yes? What's your goal? What's my goal? Well, I see you got a lot of good-looking women that work here. And I'm a big sexual harasser, so this will work out well for me. Good question. Thank you. What's another question? Job interview questions. I'll get to the qualifications. And felonies was one? Not that they can prove. Thank God. That is okay. Now qualifications. I'll tell you, it's my biggest qualification. It's my hobby. I like to sing show tunes while spanking the monkey. What do you think about that, huh? No, yeah. Don't push me. I'll jump right in your desk and break into Fiddler on the Roof. Right here, I'm not afraid. I'll have my pants down to my ankles singing If I Was a Rich Man. I'm not kidding. Good question, bro. What's another question? How do I work well with other people? I don't. I'm not a people person. I am not a team player. But others love working with me because I'm so lazy. I make them look like they're working hard. So that's good for morale. Good question, bro. What's another one? Use drugs. Well, and usually they don't just put it that way, do they? Like the guy behind the desk is like, hey, you use drugs? It's usually like, are you willing to take a pee test or a drug test? And I'm like, I'm willing, but I don't think you're going to like what you find. No, I don't work well under pressure if we have a drug test. I don't. I'll get more into drug testing too. Those are both good questions. What's another? What's that? How many days do I call in sick? I think it's easier to go the other direction with me. Good question though. What's another one? Anyone else? Salary desire. I need to make more than you. Let's just start there. I don't think we'll ever have a president again in our lifetime who's not partaken in drugs at least once. Because it's younger generationally. Like last election, John Kerry admitted that he smoked pot in Vietnam, and President Bush allegedly used cocaine until he became an adult 38, 39 years old. As I break it down, we had a pothead running against a cokehead, and at the pace we're going in 2008, don't be surprised to see this at the inauguration, I, Robert Downey Jr., solemnly swear. Because he had a little problem with drugs. People, yeah, a big problem, actually. You know, a lot of people think, is Michigan a red state or a blue state? No one in America lives in a red state or a blue state. We live in a state of confusion because our candidates suck so badly. I am sorry, were those two guys the best America has to offer? I don't think so. They're like the same, not politically, but they grew up the same way. If you don't know, let me give you a little history lesson. Okay, John Kerry, son of a famous rich diplomat. President Bush, son of a famous rich president. Let's go down the line. Kerry and Bush both went to New England prep schools. Kerry and Bush both went to Yale. Kerry and Bush both belong to the same fraternity there. Like 10 or 15 people can join a year. When did we start choosing the president off the Lucky Sperm Club? When did that happen? What happened to the days when you had to earn becoming president? Think about it. Abraham Lincoln grew up in a small town in Illinois, was poor, became president of the United States. Ronald Reagan followed the same path. Even if you hated Bill Clinton, you still had to admit it was an amazing story. Dad died before he knew him. Stepfather used to beat his mom. Mom was a Tammy Faye Baker of Arkansas. Bill Clinton was our first white trash president. That's what he was. Yeah, were we surprised he stole furniture at the end of his term? He's white trash. Come on now. Probably thought shit was rent to own or something. I don't know. He'll be on the Antique Roadshow selling it someday. That sucker has legal bills. I thought I'd met the perfect woman, beautiful, smart, great personality. One flaw, farting problem. This set off our smoke detector one night. She had problems. It's just me, her, and the checkout girl at the Meijer one night late. And this missile emanates out of my woman. And you know everybody thought did it. Oh yeah, fart boy, fart boy, fart boy. I'm like, okay, heinous, we are over. I stopped seeing her, and then she became famous. That's my luck. They made a movie of her life. I don't know if you guys saw it. Scent of a Woman. Did you see this movie? Every time I'm around her, I'm like, hoo-wah, hoo-wah. You have to see the movie to get that one. Okay, keep up. Relationships. You do what you can, you know. Actually, the worst date movie of all time was Indecent Proposal. Robert Redford, Demi Moore, $1 million. You got to talk about that one. I'm on a date. This woman with me is like, what's the the movie? I'm like, well, let's say Robert Redford would offer you $1 million. Would you sleep with him? And she goes, no. And she was a liar, right? Especially when I found out she was giving it away for free, let alone $1 million. Then she goes, well, let's say a comparable woman offered you $1 million. Would you sleep with her? I'm like, oh, duh. I'm a man. I would sleep with Robert Redford for $1 million. Who we get? And you laugh all you want. You bring him up on stage. I will do it right in front of you for $1 million. I'll be on top of him singing The Way We Were. I mean it. Give it up for me. Thank you very much. My name is Scott Long. Have a great night. Good night.